Please, I say, Brother Edge, don't beat up my son, Dominic. Welcome, guys, to Monday Night Raw. There you go, Dominic's getting his ass kicked tonight, and that might have just been the worst ever Rey Mysterio impersonation ever, but I gave it a go, guys. If you don't succeed, just try again and make a fucking arse out yourself on every single occasion. It is Fog Wrestling. We are here with, I say we are here, I keep saying we are, because it's a co-op fucking channel. Even when I'm doing solo fids, even when I'm going it alone, even when I'm individually in there battling by myself, I can't refer to it as I always refer to it as we are, or we're back, or, you know, it's us, or I need to cut that shit. Anyway, no one wants to hear about bloody that crap. Let's get on with Raw. Alright, let's get on with Raw. So we kick off Raw with Seth Rollins, with Monday Night Rollins, and he makes his way to the ring again, sporting another ridiculous looking suit, but it is Seth Rollins, so he kind of gets away with it, even though he looks like a jackass. I guess Seth Rollins is a jackass, so it fits him pretty perfectly. He says he's not interested in a rematch with Matt Riddle. Seth says it's been way too long since he had championship gold around his waist. Ha 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 ha! Aye, then he's interrupted by Riddle. Riddle just gets the mic and says bro, then runs into the ring, starts brawling with Rollins. They brawl through the crowd. Rollins rakes the eyes of Riddle, and Rollins escapes up the ramp. Riddle goes to give chase, but then we hear the Judgment Day's music come out, and you're like, for fuck's sake, I hate the Judgment Day. So the Judgment Day get into the ring. Damian Priest talks to Riddle about how they came up together, and he's not here looking to fight. He says they're friends, and he says that, you know, we came up at the same time, Riddle, and look at us now. You know, we're not doing too good. In fact, we fucking suck. Maybe you should join us and we can suck together. So that's what Damian Priest wants to do. He wants to suck Riddle off, basically, the big fucking gay Judgment Day. What's happening here? Balor says, Riddle says he's got more important things to think about. He's got to focus on Seth Rollins, so he refuses to join the Judgment Day. Balor then says he knows the laws, and I know the laws in Portland are soft there, buddy, but your head might be a little cloudy for all the 420 smoking you're doing. Balor says you either stand with the Judgment Day or you stand in their way. So there you go. Hopefully that was a better impersonation, man. So Balor tells them that either, yep, you stand with us or you stand against us. This gave me like Nexus vibes here, basically ripping off Nexus. So aye. Riddle then knees Balor in the face. I've already said this in my 90-second preview. But Balor went down quicker than a bar of soap in a prison shower, and I'm pretty happy with that line, so I'm going to say it again. I'm going to repeat myself. Fuck it! Then we get Riddle versus Balor. I mean, an okay opening match. Triple H likes his long matches, and that's exactly what we got here. At the end, Rollins came in. He attacked Riddle. This allowed Balor to hit the coup de grace. Balor got the win. Judgment Day looks strong. Then Rollins gets in, hits the stomp on Riddle. Riddle sells the stomp very well. Looks like he's paralysed or something. Who knows? Maybe he has been smoking too much. And then Rollins kind of laughs, and that's pretty much it. They get a Dominic promo. I actually thought this promo was pretty good. Basically spoke about how ever since he's, been in WWE, Ray's not really listened to him. Ray's just wanted him to follow in his footsteps. Ray didn't care about what Dominic wanted. Dominic was always pushed to the side. His feelings never mattered, etc. And Dominic then says that he matters in the Judgment Day, and, basically says that he's going to beat up Edge tonight because we're getting Edge versus Dominic. So yeah, Dominic has made it clear that he's got a new family, and that family is the Judgment Day. We then get Austin Theory backstage. He announces tonight that Gargano will face Gable. I mean, I don't mind Gable, right? But can you just think of two people that look less than sports entertainers than these two? I mean, literally Gargano and Gable, 2 4-foot fucking midgets, pretending to wrestle. What a joke. We then get the women's tag team titles match. It's Aaliyah and Raquel versus Damage Control. I mean, this show's pretty much on Damage Control already. I just do not like Damage Control. To me, it makes zero sense. Just 3 random women stuck together. The only thing they've got in common is like every single one of them's got at least a tint of red or something in their hair. Or maybe Dakota Kai's hair's pink, but still, pink looks like red. It's fucking close enough. Bayley gets involved after it looked like Aaliyah was about to win. And then Raquel Rodriguez, or Raquel Gonzalez, whatever she's called these days, walks down Bailey. Io Sky then does a moonsault to the outside and takes out Raquel, and then in the ring, Dakota Kai plants Aaliyah with her finisher, and we've got new champs. Commentators said that Raquel got distracted and it allowed a double team. I don't know what match he was watching, but there was never a double team. From the moment where Bailey got involved, Aaliyah was never double teamed. Raquel was walking down Bailey as if she was going to attack Bailey, and then Io Sky just done a moonsault from the top rope to the outside and took out Raquel. It was never a double team on Aaliyah. I mean, Aaliyah was single-handedly going against Dakota Kai. So, or yeah, whatever she's called. So again, commentary, they're sitting there, but 3 meters away from the action and they still get it wrong. Whereas I'm fucking in the bath, hardly paying attention. Yes, guys, watched Raw in the bath this week. The commitment I'm showing to this channel is absolutely, unmatched, 100%. So there you go, you're getting a Raw review from, the Raw review, not for the bath now, but I did watch this match in the bath, so yeah, whatever. But anyway, yeah, the commentators got it wrong here. There was no double team, so I don't know what they're talking. I mean, Jimmy Smith, I expect him to get it wrong. I don't really like your other guy, what's his name, Corey Graves. I'm not a fan of Corey Graves, but normally he doesn't make mistakes. Tonight, I thought he made a few mistakes, to be honest, but who cares? It's a tough job. Although I guess McMahon's not screaming down your ear, so maybe it's easier. Maybe you've got Triple H doing it instead. I'm the game. I've got a big nose. 14-time champion. Aye, I'll get that sled. Maybe if Triple H took a couple of sledgehammer shots to the nose, it would make his nose a bit smaller. But anyway, who knows? Let's move on. We have Ray confronting Dominic backstage. Ray says, "Hey, amigo, Issy, I'm sorry. Dom, I'm sorry, Issy." Begs him not to face Edge tonight. He says if he faces Edge tonight, things will never go back to the way they used to be. He says, don't fight Edge. Edge's family is like a brother to me. He's an uncle to you. But he can't face him. He's dangerous. Edge is dangerous. Then Rhea Ripley gets involved. Rhea Ripley says that the Judgment Day are also dangerous and that Dominic isn't Ray's little boy anymore. He's a man. Just like Rhea Ripley is a man. Actually, Rhea Ripley looks a lot more like a man than Dominic. But anyway, they leave together. Then we get Gargano versus Gable. I mean, Johnny Wrestling fucking sucks. Do I really need to go on a rant here? I could explain for 10 minutes why he sucks. Or I could just make a 10 reasons why Johnny Wrestling sucks. And I'll probably do that maybe sometime this week. But anyway, Johnny Wrestling beats Gable. Then Otis gets in the ring. Tries to do a couple of clotheslines. Gargano avoids it. Hits super kicks. Then Gargano escapes the ring. He's walking up to the back and he gets attacked by Austin Theory from behind. Attacked by the briefcase, and then Theory makes his way to the ring. And then this is really cringe here. Kevin Owens comes out. Then Kevin Owens says that, Theory, you've got potential, but you've been handed every single thing to you. He says that Kevin Owens says he was handed the Universal title, but that's where the similarities between him and Theory ends. Kevin Owens says that Kevin Owens claims that himself and Johnny Gargano are 1 in a million talents, where he says hundreds of guys that look like Theory have come and gone in WWE over the years, but people like him and Johnny Gargano are 1 in a million talents. Is he being fucking real, mate? Have you seen the Indies? Have you seen AEW? There's about 10 million people that look like fucking Johnny Gargano. What are you talking about? Johnny Gargano is pretty much wrestling in 2022. Indie vanilla bums that have no character, no personality, do not look larger than life, and all they know what to do is wrestle. So Kevin Owens, and again, this reminded me of Cena cutting Ryback's promos for him. This was bad. Kevin Owens pure having a meltdown, screaming in Theory's face, he's getting passionate. Don't get me wrong, he was showing passion here, but just because you're showing passion doesn't mean that the promo's good. The promo fucking sucked here. People are probably going to make out this was a great Kevin Owens promo. No, it was bad. He was pretending that him and Johnny Gargano were like the 2 fucking greatest things ever in the wrestling history. Comparing him and Gargano to like The Rock and Austin. I mean, what the fuck is Kevin Owens doing here? Really, really bad promo. Really cringy. Just a terrible, terrible promo here. Then Owens says he wants him to step up his game and prove he has what it takes. Do it in front of the fans. Leave everything you got in the ring in front of the fans. Do it for the fans. Kevin Owens just pure pandering. Like, what was the fucking point of this? And then Theory doesn't really even listen to it. I guess Theory probably had the same opinion as me. He thought it sucked. He says to Kevin Owens that Kevin Owens will never be like Theory. Then Kevin Owens says, well, that didn't work, so he slaps him instead. Then they brawl. Theory gets busted open. Yeah, just a really boring promo where he just pandered to the crowd. And, I mean, I don't mind Kevin Owens, but to try and say Johnny Gargano is a 1 in a million talent, what a load of fucking shite. Kevin Owens likes to come out and say he hates fucking liars. Well, you're the biggest liar of them all, Kevin Owens. If you seriously think that Johnny Gargano is a 1 in a million talent, seriously, you watch any wrestling bloody show, man, and everyone, 90% of the roster's like Johnny Gargano, so I'm not having that, man. Absolute garbage there from Kevin Owens. Throw that shite in the bin. Then we get Bianca Belair up next, and I fucking hate Bianca Belair. She's doing an open challenge. I challenge Bianca Belair to jump off a cliff and never appear on my TV screen again. I'm hoping she accepts that challenge. She starts rhyming her words. She's like, oh, what you going to do with the EST? Can you get the better of me? No, you can, and you can't. What's she going to break out into a John Cena? You can't see me kind of bullshit? What was this? This was fucking horrendous here. The worst promo person in the business, well, at least in WWE, I think, by far. She absolutely sucks. Then DePhil comes out, accepts the challenge, blames Belair for costing her job as an official months ago. Now, I don't know why she's waited to this long to try and get revenge. Is there no other women on Raw that they bring DePhil for SmackDown? Who knows? Anyway, they get the match. Belair wins. What a surprise. Damage Control come out to attack Belair. They're beating her down 3-on-1. But then Asuka and Alexa make the save. Dakota Kai and Io Sky get kicked out the ring. And then before you know it, Bayley's left in the ring 3-on-1. So, yeah, garbage. We are going to get Bayley versus Bianca Belair. Eventually, it's probably going to happen in the next pay-per-view. And I don't even like Bayley, but fuck me, I pray to God that she takes the belt off Belair and we never see Belair again. One of the worst fucking talents on... I'm not going to call her a talent. One of the worst fucking wastes of oxygen I've ever seen on a WWE Raw show. Then Almost just beats up 2 unknown guys. What was the point of this? We haven't seen him in like 2 months, 3 months. But because Braun Strowman returned and Braun Strowman's a giant, it means we have to see the return of the giant Almost. It kind of reminds me of back in the day. Tommy Dreamer's telling that story. You've got black pants. You've got black pants. Let's make it a tag team. So it's like, because we have one giant and Braun Strowman returning, we need to bring back the other giant. Who fucking cares? And again, why is Almost going back to beating development guys? Why is he beating local guys? Why is he beating unknown guys? It just makes no sense. He's already done this. The guy's going fucking backwards. Right? This doesn't happen. You beat these guys, you have squash matches when you first appear, but now Almost, he's already done this, yet he's gone back to beating these people. I don't get it, man. It makes absolutely no sense. No sense whatsoever. Then we get Rollins backstage being interviewed. He claims to be the face of the WWE. Lashley appears. Lashley says that Rollins jumps around in lots of colourful, bright suits, but the one colour he doesn't have is gold. He holds up his US title. Lashley says whoever has the gold is the face of Raw. Rollins says it wasn't exactly the title that he was talking about earlier, but he will gladly take it off Lashley's shoulders. Then he goes on a rant about MMA guys. He's like, what is it with you MMA guys? You're dumb. He says he's going to beat it into Bobby Lashley's bald head that I'm the face of the WWE. So, it was a decent interaction backstage, and I guess this means next week we're getting Lashley versus Rollins, which should be a really good match. But again, to me, it just boils down to not having a world title on Raw. It's literally killing Monday Night Raws here. We need Raw. We need Reigns to lose that belt. We need Raw to get a world title back. It's all right having the US title and trying to portray the US title as a major belt, but at the end of the day, it's not a world championship, and Raw needs to have a world champion. We get The Miz being interviewed in his house. He's worried about Dexter Lumis. Every time the interviewer brings up the name Dexter Lumis, Miz is like, don't say that name. Don't say it. Maurice then appears and she says that they have to go to the premiere. Miz is like, no, 5 more minutes to go to an interview. Then Miz kind of doesn't want to leave the house. He wants to stay in the house. Maurice is like, don't be scared of Lumis. He wouldn't dare come to the house. We've got security. We've got alarms. We've got dogs. We've got gates. We've got walls. Donald Trump wanted to build a wall, and so did the fucking Miz. So Donald Trump's building walls to keep the illegals out. The Miz is building walls to keep Dexter Lumis out. So then Maurice is ready to go. Maurice looking really fucking hot tonight. Always looks hot, to be fair. So the Miz is continuing an interview. The interviewer wants to know what Dexter Lumis did to the Miz last night, and this seems to just freak the Miz out. He's like, right, that's it, end the interview, I'm not doing this. So the big question is, what did Dexter Lumis actually do to the Miz? Will we ever find out? Who knows? We then see the Miz and Maurice leaving in the car as they head off to the premiere. It drives down the driveway, they go at the gates lock. Miz tells the interviewers and stuff like that just to, make their way out, and the security will see them out. And then we see the camera pan to like one of the windows inside the Miz's house, and we see Dexter Lumis there stalking the Miz. And again, the return of Lumis's art skills is there. He's drawn a picture of the Miz, Maurice, their two daughters, Mr. and Mrs. And a bit creepy here that we've got Dexter Lumis inside the Miz's house drawing pictures of his fucking family. So, I mean, I kind of like this. I mean, Dexter Lumis, I think, is a great character. We need more Dexter Lumises and less Johnny fucking wrestling, right? Less Johnny Gargano, more Dexter Lumis. If you can't see that Dexter Lumis is like what's good about wrestling and Johnny Gargano is what's bad about wrestling, then you're lost. I don't know what you're watching. Go back and watch Ring of Honor, right? Just turn off WWE because it's not for you, right? Sports entertainment is people like The Miz, people like Dexter Lumis. Entertaining, right? Storylines. Not Johnny fucking wrestling. I can do a bunch of moves and that's all I'm good at because I'm a vanilla 4-foot midget, right? That sucks. We need stories, and we're getting that with Dexter Lumis. This is really good stuff. I like this. And then we move on to the main event. And the main event is Edge versus Dominic. You know what? This was surprisingly a pretty good match, but what I will say is, I mean, Dominic, he does look very green in the ring. Who knows? Maybe one day he will turn in, he'll be a good in-ring worker, but he's not quite there yet. A lot of his moves look sloppy. He did the Three Amigos, and I remember, like, Eddie used to, like, the way Eddie would, like, twist his hips to get back up and hit the next suplex. I mean, it was almost like a struggle. Dominic looked like an old man trying to spin around and, get back up to hit the second and third suplex, the third amigo. So, just looking at the way Eddie popped his hips and, got back up to hit the second and third suplex, and then looking at the way Dominic done it, man, it was night and day. And then we get Dominic top rope, he hits a frog splash, and Jimmy Smith calls it a big splash. Are you serious? He's paying homage to Eddie Guerrero. He even does like the Eddie Guerrero like shimmy before doing the frog splash, and Jimmy Smith calls it a big splash. How the fuck can you not know this is a frog splash, and he's doing it in honour of the late great Eddie Guerrero? That's embarrassing that this guy doesn't know that. I mean, I get it, maybe he's not a wrestling fan, but he should at least know the fucking basics, right? If he's commentating on this stuff, he should at least know that who Dominic's uncle is or whatever. I know it's not his real uncle, whatever, but storyline for some reason. Well, apparently Edge is his uncle too, so who knows? I mean, he's got a lot of uncles. I think Rey Mysterio's wife must have been a whore. Must have been going around sleeping with Edge, sleeping with Eddie, sleeping with anybody with a dick. Maybe she even slept with Rhea Ripley too then. Aye, but who knows? Anyway, the match, Edge is continuing to beat up Dominic in the ropes. Rey comes out, it's like, oh, S.A., Edge, brother, Edge, don't do it. That's my son, S.A., my son. Don't beat up my son, man. Then the Judgment Day come in and they attack Rey. Damian Priest throws Rey through a table. Balor's beating up Edge. Edge gets the upper hand, but we have Rhea Ripley comes in, attacks Edge from behind with the chair to the leg. Then Dominic grabs the chair and starts bashing Edge's leg with the chair, and then they put Edge's leg on a chair, and Balor goes up tops and hits the coup de grace. And then Balor basically talks shit to Edge as Raw goes off the air with Edge laying in the middle of the ring with a broken leg, and the Judgment Day standing tall. I mean, it was an okay ending. I just fucking man. I think Dominic Mysterio, what I will say is he's definitely doing better in the Judgment Day. What they were doing previously, just having him being Rey's son, coming out in the same colours as trying to be Rey Mysterio, you're not going to be right. There's only one Rey Mysterio, so if you try and make Dominic like at the second coming of Rey Mysterio, he's going to fucking fail because there will never be another Rey Mysterio. So I like what they're doing, the way they're just, giving Dominic his own sort of character and they're turning him heel. That's the best thing they could do because, like I said, the way he was coming out with Rey, he did suck. He did suck. I'm not saying he's great now, but he's better now than he was when he was with Rey Mysterio. So 100%, I think Dominic did well in this Raw. And while I still think he's green in the ring, I definitely think he deserves credit. I thought the promo was good. His match with Edge was good. It's just a shame Jimmy Smith fucked up the frog splash spot. But it is what it is. I kind of did enjoy the main event, guys. So overall, wasn't a horrible Raw. The opening was pretty good with Rollins and Riddle. The opening match was okay. The main event I did enjoy. It's nice to see us get Edge matches on Raw. Like normally the part-timers, we never get to see them wrestle on TV, but Edge is actually, a couple weeks ago took on Damian Priest, tonight he took on Dominic. I am enjoying seeing Edge compete. Hopefully we get to see a bit more of it. And the Dominic stuff was not bad, and Dexter Lumis being in the Miz's house, I like the way they're continuing that story and they're advancing it, and they're actually putting effort in and having Dexter actually appear at the Miz's house, and they're just doing they're doing cool stuff. The wee backstage segment was pretty cool with Rollins and Lashley as well. There was some decent stuff on this show tonight. I really didn't like the Kevin Owens promo confronting Theory. That did kind of piss me off a bit. But you know what? It was an okay Raw. Again, I will have the same complaints. I thought the matches were a bit too long. DeFil versus Belair I thought was too long. The opening match I thought was too long. The women's tag team title match probably too long as well. Yeah, so I don't mind the main events going 15-20 minutes, but every match doesn't need to go 15-20 minutes. But overall, it was a Raw that I thought there was some good stuff from, but yeah, there was some stuff that let it down as well. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10. Like I said, main event was good. I'm liking Dominic Mysterio. I think this is his best work this week. I think it's the best I've ever seen Dominic Mysterio, so hopefully it continues. And it'll be interesting to see what happens with the continuation of this whole Judgment Day, Edge, Rey Mysterio story. I'm actually kind of enjoying it, and I didn't think I would say that about a Judgment Day storyline, but at the moment, it is pretty good. And of course, I want to see what happens next week with Dexter and The Miz. But I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10, guys. Let me know what you think down below. I will catch you in the next one. And until then, peace.